Hi friends, welcome back to my channel with a new video. So in the today's session, we are going to see how to use the loop packages in the automation anywhere. Okay, so we'll see these four commands today. Like in the loops, we're having a lot of options, but we'll see file. So how to loop that file for each file in a folder, and then folder for each folder in a folder, and loop for each value in the record, and for n times. So number of times we need to loop it, right? So we'll see one by one. So let's get started. So let me open the automation anywhere. Okay, so we need to create a new task here. Click on the new create new and then task bot. So here you can give the task name as loop task, and then click on this create and edit. So once you created it, so you can see the workspace to work on it. So here, so in the action tab, you just type loop. So here you can see, and you can double click on this loop. So here you can see all the loops which are available. I mean the loop types you can see here. Okay, so many are there. Data table, CSV or text database, dictionary, email, Excel advanced. Okay, so now we'll see only this file, folder, loop for n times, and for each value in the record. So these four loops we are going to see now. So in the part 2 we'll see all remaining loop types. Okay, for each file in a folder, just select that. So before that I have created one folder. So let me go back to this folders. Okay, so I have created one PDF folder. Inside this folder, so we are having some files, the invoice 01, invoice 02, 3 and 4. Okay, we need to loop this folder. Okay, for that I need to take this folder path. So I'm just copying this one. Hold on the shift key and right click and take this copy as path and go back to automation anywhere. So here we need to provide the folder path. Okay, so whatever the folder we have copied, right? So after that we need to remove this double quote from the path. Okay, so I just removed before and after. Okay, so here the multiple variables are there, right? Click on this multiple variables. Okay, then add a variable for mapping. So here we need to take the file name and the extension from that folder, right? So we need to create that key is name. So we'll create one variable v file name. Okay, v file name you just create it. For the we need the file name. That's why I'm giving the key as name and variable name is v file name, and click on add, and then click add variable mapping again. So extension also we need to take, right? So we need to type extension. And then you need to create the variable. So you can give v extension. Then click on create. Click on add. Okay. Then after that we need to loop that, right? So what I will do, so before that I'll just take one assign command. Okay, so we'll take one assign command and double click on this, and so here what I will do, I'll create one variable. So just I'll create one variable. So v folder name I'll give. So v folder name, click on it. The whatever the folder name I have provided here, right, in the loop section, I'll just take this, select this, and here we'll assign that. Okay, we'll assign to this variable v folder name. Okay, after that in the loop section we need to pass this variable. v folder name and then click on yes. And so if we have created two variable also. So now in the loop section, we'll take one message box. Okay, in the message box, what we need to provide? So we need to select that folder name. And then, so file name we need to select, right? We have created variable called v file name. And then dot extension also we need to select, right? V extension we created. So now save this and run this one. So it has to loop that folder and then it has to take the file. So for each file in a folder it has to do. So it has to display one by one inside this message box. Okay, you can see that the folder name RPA and the file name it is giving, right? RPA, inside that RPA we are having PDF and then the file name is invoice01. Then I'll close this message box. It will display second one, invoice02, invoice03 and invoice04. Okay, so that is how, so how many files are there inside that folder? So that many times it is going to loop. Okay, so this is how we need to use this for each file in a folder. So now what I will do, I'll just comment this. Okay, disable all these lines and now we'll take one more command. So I'll just add comment. Okay, so in the comment section I'll add so folder looping I will add. Okay, we need to loop the folder. So again go back to loop command and then select this. So here we need to select for each folder in a folder. Okay, for this we need to provide the folder name. So I will create one more folder. Okay, so here what I will do, so inside this RPA, so we'll create outside of this. Okay, I will create a new folder. Logs I will create. So inside this logs I will create one more folder. I'll just give folder 1. Okay, and same way you do it for like this. Okay, give folder 2. Okay, and then folder 3. So in the last loop we just looped for each file in a folder. Now we are looping folder inside the folder. Okay, there are 4 folders we have created inside this logs folder. So I'll just take this file path, hold on the shift key and right click and click on this copy as path and then go back to automation anywhere. So in the each folder in the folder, so you need to provide the folder path here, right? So you just paste here and remove that double quote from starting and end. So here we need to assign to one variable. So I'll select this sample string. So after that I'll take one message box. So in the message box we need to display sample string. Okay, so now you save this and run this bot. So it is going to loop that logs folder and it will display all the folders inside that logs folder. Folder 1, folder 2 and folder 3 and folder 4. See, now it is displaying folder 1, folder 2, folder 3 and folder 4. Okay, so that is how we need to use that each folder in a folder loop. Now Again, I will take just disable this line. Okay, I'll disable this line. Disable all. Now I will take one more loop command now. Now what I will put, so record looping I will give. Okay. So go back to that loop again and double click on this loop, and here we need to select for each value in a record. Okay. For that we need to create a variable. So we record I'll give we record. So I'll add some values inside this. Okay. So I'll give name and value is Sunil. I'll give my name, and again I'll give this as gender. Okay, gender. So value is male. Okay, and so again name, what I'll give for name, Priya I'll give, and gender is female. Okay, save this, create this, and after this we need to display into one of the variable, right? So I'll just select this sample string again. Okay, and then you take one message box. So in the message box you just display that we record, sorry, sample string. So whatever the records are available in the we record variable, so it is going to loop that, and then it is going to display inside this message box. So we have created two names, Sunil and Priya, and so gender male and female we have created, right? So that it has to display using this loop command. Okay, so name is, it is displaying as Sunil, and gender is male, and then so second record is Priya, and gender is female. Okay, using this loop we need to use like this. So how to loop this each value in the records? So this is how we need to use this. So just comment this out, and now I'll just drag this comment below. So now so number of times we need to loop. Okay, number of times looping. So again take loop, and so here you just double click on this loop, and here we need to select. So it is asking for n times, so it is 10 times by default it is displaying. I will give 5 times. Okay, so after that you just take one message box. Okay, so before this what I will do, so I will take one assign variable, and so here what I will assign, I will assign testing loop. Okay, we are assigning this to sample string. So in the message box we are going to displaying that message sample string I'm selecting. So 5 times it has to display this message testing loop, because we are giving the time 5 times. Now I'm running the bot, so it has to display the testing loop message inside that loop 5 times. Okay, so 1 time it is displaying testing loop. We'll close this message box. Second time testing loop, third time, fourth time, and fifth time. So now it is going to close. Okay, bot is going to stop it. So that is how we need to use this file, folder, and loop for each value in the record and for n times. Okay, so in the next session we'll see other options available in the loop packages. Thank you for watching. Bye.